If you've ever played a trading card game before, you know just how expensive it can be. Between opening sealed products, hoping you'll get the exact cards you're looking for, or paying for individual cards off of websites like TCG Player, trading card games can be an extremely expensive hobby. Unfortunately, the case isn't much different for the One Piece trading card game, with many of the meta decks being comprised of high-priced staple cards and many of the best-looking cards being locked behind a paywall. The hobby can get expensive quite quickly. For many card game enthusiasts, this drives a wedge between the desire to be competitive and the health of their bank accounts. But just like our future king of the pirates, we have to start somewhere. That's why I'm going to be taking on the challenge of starting from a singular One Piece TCG starter deck with a weekly budget of $10 to go towards upgrading my deck and $5 going towards weekly tournament entry. Do you think I'll be able to manage the challenge of taking down my local competitive scene? Or will the restriction of playing on a budget have a greater impact than we can even imagine? Let's find out. Welcome to Budget Pirate Progression.
Welcome back, Pirates, to week number 8 of the Budget Pirate Progression series. This week, we're running it back one more time with Marshall D. Teach to see if we can find our footing or if we need to go back to Purple Luffy moving forward. On top of that, we do have our entry packs from last week that we're going to crack open, see if we can find that illustrious Kamazo to round off our 2 that we're looking for. And then there's an interesting twist to how we spent this week's budget due to some of the feedback that I had gotten in the comments from you guys. So I'm not going to stall any more than I normally do in the intros, and we're just going to head right over to that.
Alrighty, hopping straight in, we have our entry packs from last week that we're just going to crack into and search for that Kamazo one more time. On the first one, it's definitely not a Kamazo. It's a Charlotte Pudding. Second chance here. Another Sanji. Let's see what we can crack out of this last entry pack here. Yet another Porcus D Ace. Alrighty, I'm gonna clean this up for you guys real quick and then show you what we decided to spend our budget on for this week. Alrighty folks, so in a previous episode, I had asked you guys if you wanted to see me continue to use the Dawn cards that we found throughout the series. That way it kind of shows our progression in terms of Dawn as well, even though they don't impact our gameplay. Or I'd ask if you wanted to see me use whatever Dawn that I wanted, using being able to reach into my toolbox to grab a Dawn that I'm familiar with and provide some more exciting colors to you guys. There was kind of mixed comments down below. Some of you wanted to see me use my own Dawn, some of you wanted to see me use the Dawn we collect throughout the series. So I found a way to do a nice happy medium. I was able to spend this week's budget on a set of 10 Dawn cards that are a little bit more appealing to the eye, but also don't break the bank. I spent $10 to be able to get 6 of the Law Dawn and 4 of the Ace Dawn from PRB. So this is the Dawn that we will be using moving forward, unless something else changes. I'm gonna pack all this up, and then we'll head down to locals to use Blackbeard one more time before seeing if we need to go back to our Purple Luffy strategy. Real quickly, I just wanted to go over the deck list with you guys before we head down to locals. So it's pretty straightforward. We have our 10 cost Marshall D. Teach Blackbeard that is going to be the main focus of our game plan, getting to High Dawn and playing him out so we can stall. We have our 5 cost Van Augur. That is our primary reduction throughout the game to be able to reduce our opponent's units so that we can use some of our other things to be able to get rid of it. We have our Jesus Burgess. Main point of him is to be able to put a lot of early pressure on, and since he cannot be KO'd by opponent's effects, he's going to be constant pressure. We have some of our 2K units in the form of Shiryu and Stronger, just being able to add some extra counter to our game plan. One-legged Toy Soldier doubling kind of as reduction as well as a 2K unit. We have Doc Q being able to KO our opponent's 1-cost units. We have Vasco Shot as a cheap, easy blocker to be able to set up in the early game or just be able to stall us out towards the later half of the game. We have Lafitte, which is going to be our primary searcher for the deck that is going to be looking for our Blackbeard Pirates cards. We have Black Hole to be able to negate the effects of our opponent's cards as well as KO a 4-cost or less. We have Truno Bastardo, which is just going to be an extra form of removal for 4 cost. We have My Era Begins, our event searcher, to look at the top 3, add 1 to hand, and then trash the others. and then our Ice Age to be able to reduce by 5 for some of the big units to try and get rid of them. And last but not least, we have our 4 copies of our full lead stage card to be able to help us look through and filter through a couple more cards in our deck throughout the game. We're going to put this all back together and then we'll head on down to locals.
Alrighty, Pirates, we made it to our locals destination tonight. I am running late, so I gotta hop straight to the table and get the recording set up ready for you guys. I'll update you guys after round 1.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, hopping right in here, we're going to tap 2 Dawn, play out the Vasco shot, pass over to my opponent. He's going to start off his 3 Dawn turn. First turn, he's going to do something. He's going to swing 5 at lead, and we are instantly going to hit my Era Begins trigger. We're going to look at what to take, and it looks like we're going to take the Lafitte here because we want a future search going into later turns. He's going to tap 3 Dawn, going to Hina. Going to 4 Dawn turn, I'm going to swing 5 at lead. Opponent's going to take here, no trigger. And tap 1 Dawn, play out the Lafitte, tap 1 more Dawn to go for the search here. Look at all of our options. We're going to take the 10 cost Blackbeard here, bottom deck the rest. We're going to use leader ability, pitch out the Shiryu. Opponent's going to go swing 6 with Hina on his next turn. I'm going to 2k counter out. He's going to use leader ability. He's going to swing 7 at lead. I'm going to take here. He's going to tap 3 for Brook pass. On my next turn, I'm going to swing 6 into lead. He's going to think about what to do here, and he's going to give me 2 1Ks. I'm going to tap 1 Dawn, go for another Lafitte search. Look at all of our options here. And it looks like we're going to go for the Jesus Burgess. Then we are going to tap 4 Dawn, and we are going to play out Liberate the Black Hole to KO the Brook. Then we are going to toss 1 for leader ability. He's going to swing 5 on his next turn, 1k counter out, swing 5 with lead. We're going to give him the Vasco shot blocker. Then he's going to tap 7, play out the Jack. Then Jack is going to KO Lafitte using ability. Then he's going to pass over. I'm going to swing 5 into the Hina. He's going to give me a 2k counter. We're going to tap 4 Dawn, play out Jesus Burgess, tap 4 more, play out a second Burgess. We're going to use leader ability and pass. He's going to swing 7 into lead. I'm going to take no trigger. He's going to use Jack effect just to filter, or he's going to swing 8 at lead. Actually, I'm going to use 2 2Ks. He's going to use Ice Age here, lower the Jesus Burgess, use leader ability. Then he's going to play 5. He's going to KO the Burgess because it is trash, not KO. He's going to swing 7 at lead. I take. On my next turn, swing 5 into Hina. 1 more time. He's going to give it to me. I'm going to swing, I believe, 8 into Jack here. He's going to give it to me as well. I'm going to tap 10, play out Blackbeard, negate leader ability, and make it so Tashi can't swing leader ability, and pass turn. On his turn, he's going to play out 8 cost Moira for free. On my turn, 2 for Lafitte, try and get another search off here. I'm going to grab the Van Augur, bottom deck the rest. Leader ability, bump up the Burgess, swing 8 at lead. He's going to take, no trigger. I'm going to swing 9 at lead, take, no trigger. Then I have 5 Dawn. I'm going to tap for Van Augur to try and get more pressure on the next turn. Pass it over to my opponent. He's going to draw for turn. And he's just going to look at everything he has, and he knows that he probably has game here, so he's just calculating out the math. He's going to swing a big 9 into lead using leader ability. I have to take because I don't have counter. I only have 1 card in hand. He's going to swing another 9 into lead. I'm going to block because I only have 2 cards in hand, and then he's going to get the game there.
You know, sometimes the cards just aren't in your favor. Ended up pairing against Smoker round 1 just like last week, and just like last week, I did not see the cards I needed to see. I started with 3 2Ks in hand. I only saw 1 10 beard throughout the entire game. Didn't see any cost reduction. He ended up seeing all of his perfect combo pieces with Ice Age and Tashigi, being able to get rid of my Burgess. He was able to see Jack to be able to get rid of my early pressure. So just didn't see the pieces we needed. We're starting off this tournament 0-1-1. Update you guys after round 2.
Already starting off game against Black Purple Luffy. Nothing on his 1 Dawn turn. On my 2 Dawn turn, I'm going to play out Lafitte, tap 1, get the Lafitte search. I hit double Burgess and double dot Q, so I'm going to take a Burgess here. Add it to hand, pass turn. On 3 Dawn turn, he's just going to play out the Roronoa Zoro, use ability, so he gets to ramp 2 active Dawn and 1 using Zoro and leader ability. He forgot to draw, so he takes that, and then he's going to swing a big 7 into lead, or 7 into Lafitte, sorry. He's going to take that, and I'm going to draw for a turn on my 4 Dawn turn, play out active Dawn. I'm going to look at what I want to do here, and I'm just going to swing 5 at lead to start. He's going to take. And between my different options, I could play out a Burgess, I could play my Era, and that's what I'm going to go with. Real top 3. I get a dot Q off the search. Trash the others. Gonna play out 1, play out the full lead. Then I'm going to use the full lead, trash Van Augur, look at top 3. and I'm going to take the Shiryu for some extra counter in hand. And then I'm going to tap 2 Dawn. I'm going to play out the dot Q, and I'm going to use leader ability and pass turn here. Opponent's going into his 6 Dawn turn now, and he's going to play out 5 for the Sabo. And he is going to think about how he wants to use that last Dawn and his swings. He's going to swing 5 at lead with Zoro. I'm going to take. He's going to attach 1 Dawn, swing 6 in the lead. I'll give him 2k, and then he's going to pass over. Going back into my turn here, we are going into 6 Dawn. And I have quite a few options here, but I'm going to start off by tapping 5 for the Van Augur and use the Van Augur to minus the Zoro and dot Q to KO the Zoro. Then I'm going to swing 6k into lead. He's going to think about if he wants to take or if he wants to counter out. He's going to go ahead and block and give me a 1k counter. Now I'm thinking about what I want to use full lead for, so I'm going to pitch out the Lafitte, look at top 3, and I am going to just grab the Black Hole here and bottom deck the other 2. Going to pitch out the Jesus Burgess for leader ability and pass over the turn. He's going to restand his leader character and grab 2 more Dawn. He's on 8 Dawn this turn. He's going to swing a big 8 into Van Augur, and I'm going to let that go, draw 1 from the on KO ability, and he's going to think about how he wants to use his other 5 Dawn here. He's going to play out Sanji and choose not to use the ability because he does not want to get rid of my dot Q and let me draw 1 more. Heading into my 8 Dawn turn here, we are going to look at the board and start with full lead, pitching another full lead, look at top 3, grab another 10 Beard, add that to hand. You're going to tap 1 Dawn, we're going to Ice Age the Sabo and then dot Q to KO the Sabo. And then we are going to swing a big 9 into lead here because we want to apply some pressure. He's going to take, when you use leader ability, I'm just going to pass the turn with 3 Dawn remaining. He's heading into his 10 Dawn turn here. He's going to swing 5k at dot Q, take it, and then he swings 6k with Sanji. I hit my error begins. I'm going to think about what to take, and I think if I want counter 10 Beard, I'm just going to take another 10 cost Teach, add that to hand. He's going to tap 10, play out the Kaido Lin, try and get some pressure because it has a big when attacking ability that I have to be scared of for the rest of the game, and I have to have an answer for it. Use full lead, trash 1, look at top 3. Thinking about what I want to grab here, most likely more counter. We're going to grab a 2k, bottom deck the other 2 cards. Then we know that we have to play out a 10 cost Teach to be able to stop the Kaido Lin, so I'm going to start by swinging 5k at lead here. It's going to give me a 2k counter. I'm going to tap 10, play out Teach, make it so Kaido Lin can't swing, and we're going to negate the leader ability. And we're going to use leader ability, pitching out Black Hole, and pass turn. He's going to swing 6k into lead. I'm going to give him a 2k counter. He's going to swing a big, I believe that's 14 to lead. I'm just going to take it. He was hoping I would block and then try and counter out, but I'm just going to take it. Heading into another 10 Dawn turn. I'm going to use full lead, get some cycle in, and I'm going to grab a Lafitte just in case, grabbing 1k for 1k and potential searches later on. Going to swing 5k into lead. I know he's getting low on cards here. He's going to give me a 2k counter. Once again, I'm going to swing big into Sanji. He's going to hope to get some counter here, so he's going to use Gum Gum Giant. That'll boost Sanji to 10. He'll pitch a Kaido Lin. He does not get the counter he needs, so he's going to let the Sanji die. Going to play out another Martial D Teach, stunning leader ability and stunning the Kaido Lin. Going to use leader ability, pitching Lafitte, and pass over. Opponent is going to swing another 14 into the Martial D Teach this time. I'm going to let it go. Can't do anything, so he's just going to pass over the turn. Another 10 Dawn turn. I know I have to keep stalling that Kaido Lin, otherwise things get serious, so I'm going to swing 5 at lead. See if he has counter to answer. He's going to give me a 1k counter, and I'm going to swing 12 into lead. He's going to try the Gum Gum Giant one more time. He's going to pitch out the Kaido, no counter, go up to 9. He does not get the counter he needs, so he's going to take the life. I'm going to tap 10, and once again, another Blackbeard, pitching one for full lead, try and get some filter. I'm going to grab a 2k counter after pitching the Burgess, add to hand. And then I'm going to pitch the Burgess for leader ability. He's going to go into another 10 Dawn turn here and think about what he wants to do. But he's going to play out 2 blockers and swing 5 at lead, knowing I can just block it. He wants to try and stall, and so I see he has 1 life remaining. At this point, I have 1 Blackbeard left in hand, so I'm just going to go 12 in the lead, 12 in the lead. He's going to give me 2 blocks. He's going to give me a 1k counter. I'm going to play out my last Blackbeard, stunning, use leader ability, And then he's looking at the board state at this point. I have 3 big bodies on the board. He has, I believe, 3 cards in hand. So things are not looking great. And he's just going to scoop it up.
Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, that is the end of round 2. We ended up playing against Black Purple Luffy. And that one should have been a lot closer, but I ended up seeing all 4 of my 10-cost Blackbeards. So we were able to just kind of lock that game down, playing very defensive the entire game. I'll update you guys after round 3. Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, that is the end of round 3. That was an interesting one. I got paired against RP Kid, and I totally did not see anything that game had in store for me coming. I had very low counter for the entire game, and he kept playing out rush units, and I was using leader ability to pitch out so that his on-plays couldn't do anything, but he didn't have really any characters that had on-plays, and I was playing that game very aggressive when I should have been playing very defensive. And so we ended up losing that game because of Gold D Roger making it so if I block, I end up losing, and if I can't block, then I end up losing. So we are 1-2 heading into the final round. That round, it was pilot error. It was not the deck. Like, I can blame on some of those games. I definitely probably could have played that game better, but I'll update you guys after round 4. Alrighty guys, that's the end of round 4. We ended up pairing up against Carrot, and we did end up taking the win. When you get multiple Blackbeards on curve, it can be pretty aggressive and can be pretty oppressive at the same time. So we ended up taking that round down. We did end up finishing 2-2, so no prizing for us tonight. I will update you guys when we get home. Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, we are back home. We did not finish off the night like how we would have hoped using our budget Blackbeard list, but I think we learned a few things tonight, how to play aggressive and how to play defensively. I think for next week, we're going to go back to Purple Luffy because it'll be our last week before pre-releases and our last week on it before the ban list hits, just due to when everything is going to be recorded. So next week, we'll be back on Purple Luffy for you guys. I'm going to try a few new things for editing the games in this video, so let me know down in the comments how you prefer it. I'm going to try and stick to 15-20 minutes on the total video length. Let me know if that's the optimal time for you guys down below in the comments. Any feedback is greatly appreciated. Go ahead and drop me a like on the video and subscribe to the channel because it shows that you guys really care about the content being produced, and it helps me know how I can better prepare it for you guys in the future. We'll see you guys next time.